when I found this project, and when I got the chance to audition for it, and then later offered the part, I was really like excited about it, and I felt really like passionate, like I had a message to share, because that doesn't always happen. You know, I go on quite a few auditions, and some of them I connect with more than others, but once in a while there's a project where, you know, I just feel like I have something to say, something personal to say, and that my being in this project would, you know, actually be able to help people and share an important message. And I feel like I have something to share with the world when it comes to this project and anxiety and mental health. My name is Samantha Carly, and I am an actress playing the role of Allie. And kind of seems like a hindrance, you know? Like, I feel like I definitely have the same attitude where it's kind of like, there's no space for you. Like, I don't want to deal with you. You're hurting me, and your behavior and your actions like are negative and disgusting, and I don't want anything to do with it. But I think with Allie, there seems to be kind of like a specific life event. With unknown, there seems to be kind of like a specific life event that unknown is really attached to, and it kind of always comes back to. Whereas with myself, it doesn't really seem tied to like one sort of event, but more just aspects of myself that I've never learned how to like deal with, I guess. Anxiety is being in a grocery store and not knowing what I came there to get anymore, not being able to decide what I wanted there in the first place, standing there not being able to move for 10 minutes, and then just leaving without having bought anything. Anxiety feels like sitting in my room for an hour by myself, not knowing what I should do next, not being able to move at all, barely being able to breathe. Sometimes it's very physical, and I feel like there's I don't know, something growing in my stomach. It feels like there's like a ball of poison in my stomach, and I can't move. And it's just very confusing. You know, I don't know why I feel these things, and when I do, it feels like there's something wrong with me. It feels like it's bad. It feels like I'm not normal. And I just feel extremely embarrassed and shameful about it. Basically, I think it started a lot when I got out of school. I was living on my own and not with my parents. And maybe it just had a lot to do with entering the real world and the workforce and dealing with all of these things that I had never had to deal with before. Just, a lot more like reality sinking in. I mean, it's got to be not having the tools and skills to deal with all of these things that are being thrown at you. That's got to be a huge one. And your whole like reality has changed, and if you don't know how to deal with that, it can be a difficult time. I know, like, personally for me, growing up in school, I was also in sports a lot. I was in all of these things that I got instant like gratification and rewards for. Like in school you get grades, and in sports I would go to a competition and place in a certain spot, and then once I'm out of this world, it's like I don't know how to I don't know where to get my self-worth from. Yeah, I feel like it would definitely benefit kids to have more tools to learn how to deal with the negative emotions, like stress and anxiety and depression, it all still feels like so taboo. Right. You know, like we talk about it all the time, like it's okay to be this way, but then I think like we talk about that like on the internet almost. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really talked about on the internet and people posting all the time about like mental health, but face to face with people, you know, like I don't see it. I don't see somebody showing me their pain. Like I don't feel comfortable showing my pain because people don't know how to react to it. I think that there's not really a place for it in our current society. We're all so busy. We have all of these really intense schedules. And if you go to work, you know, not feeling well mentally, it's like really, really frowned down upon, you know? I just feel like there's no give room to have any sort of mental issues. Like let's say you had a cold and you were sick. Like then it would be fine if you didn't come to work, or people would understand at work if you're not feeling well. But if you came into work and you said like, I'm not feeling well mentally, like then people get like scared, you know? I think that the stigma really is just because there's not enough knowledge and learning about it, because people are scared about what they don't understand. I think that if we were just to accept it a little bit more, I find like personally I'm fighting with it all the time. But if I kind of if I accept it and try to become friends with these emotions, with anxiety, it just releases a lot of the anxiety itself. If I acknowledge it and say that like it's okay to feel this way, and I think that if we were able to tell each other that we're like feeling anxiety, and people were to react with compassion instead of fear and judgment, that even that would be a lot easier. So I think that if it was just more out in the open, that would be a huge thing. And then people also, if it was more out in the open, would be able to share techniques to kind of ease the stress that goes along with anxiety. You know, it'd be more of like a day-to-day thing. Like I said earlier, like with a cold, like everyone knows kind of like what to do when they have a cold. Like it should be the same with like anxiety. Like there should be tools out there for people to use and not feel embarrassed about needing that.